Hi, my name is Sean Brody from the BW Group, and I'm back with our year in review real estate market update for Greater Montreal. In this episode, we'll be taking a look back at some key trends and stats from this past year, and I'll also give you some insights into what we see happening here in Montreal as we embark on the new year. All right, let's dive in. It's no secret that we just came off the hottest year in real estate that Montreal has ever seen. We had bidding wars left, right, and center. Buyers got beaten and battered, and lucky homeowners got a nice bump in their net worth. Millennials entered the market in a huge way. The boomers decided to buy a ton of cottages. Investors returned to the scene to buy income properties, and condos sold like hotcakes as homes got a little too pricey. And normally downsizing seniors decided it was a better option to stay put rather than downsize to a condo. The pandemic created some major waves across many sectors of the economy, with real estate certainly being a hot ticket investment right across North America. Quarantine measures highlighted the desire for more space. Home offices, home gyms, and larger backyards became hot ticket items as buyers' priorities began to shift. We saw unprecedented activity in cottage country, newly freed remote workers left the city for more land, and long brewing housing shortages across the country added fuel to an already smoldering fire that has been kept burning by low interest rates. That fire began to rage red hot as many buyers decided to scramble into the market for fear of being totally priced out. We saw a massive movement of capital as affluent baby boomer parents decided that an early inheritance was the smart move to help those millennial kids get into a rapidly rising market. CIBC reported that parents gave their kids more than $10 billion in down payments over the past year. This represented 10% of all down payments in the market. Just over 30% of first-time buyers got this help, which averaged $82,000. This was one of the secret sauces that kept the market firing on all cylinders. All right, let's look at some stats. On the island of Montreal, median prices at the end of this December hit $701,000 for single-family homes. That's up from $617,000 in December of 2020. The number of sales dropped from 5,600 in 2020 to 5,100 this past year. Of course, this drop was due to very low inventory. That low supply drove prices up by 13.5%. While the number of sales dropped by 9%. The median price of a condo hit $430,000, up from $400K the year before, an increase of 7.5%. While the number of sales rose from roughly 10,000 sales in 2020 to just under 12,000 this past year. That's a 20% bump. Revenue properties or plexes topped out at $870,000, up from $735,000, an increase of 18% from the year before. And the number of sales jumped 12%. So, what do we think will happen in 2022? This is probably one of those questions I get asked the most these days. If I had to put my money on it, I'd be betting that prices will continue to appreciate, albeit by less than what we saw this past year. I also think things will only start to cool off when we see a significant bump in mortgage interest rates, probably 1 to 2% higher. With rates currently hovering around 2% and inventory still super low as we finished out the year, I just don't see any factors that would contribute to a correction in the market in 2022. Look for single-family homes and revenue properties to continue to dominate the market, along with secondary recreational properties. Our parent company, Royal LePage, does a pretty good job with their annual forecasts, and they predict a 9% appreciation in the single-family market for the Greater Montreal area, and a 6.5% appreciation in prices for condos. So, if you're considering getting into the market, we would suggest getting out early this year, as most buyers tend to start looking a little bit later in March and April. And that strong activity usually carries through until the summer. So you might have a little bit less competition if you can get out in January and February. It also makes sense to get that interest rate locked in, as it does appear that rates are going to be inching up this year. If you'd like any advice or guidance on buying or selling a home in the Montreal area this year, feel free to reach out. You may also want to check out some of our other educational videos on our channel that apply to both buyers and sellers, and of course our property walkthrough videos. We release those just as our new listings hit the market, so you can get a full preview of our newly listed homes without having to visit an open house. As always, thanks for watching and Happy New Year from all of us here at the BW Group.